Hello, good day viewers. Welcome to another biology presentation. This is your presenter, Mr. Mlenga. So right here with me, I've got question 4 that is coming from biology paper 2 for 2017 external. The question reads, Figure 4.0 shows the process involved in using a dialysis machine by a patient suffering from kidney failure. So this is the figure right here. So this figure is showing the process that is being undertaken in using by a patient that is suffering from kidney failure. So when you look at this figure, it has got parts. It has got the part labeled V, the part labeled U, and the part labeled what? T. And then this side you've got the hand where the tubes are connected. We've got the artery. Then you also have the vein right here. So let us look at the questions. So we have our question 1A right here. Which of the labeled parts V, U, and T is the dialysis machine? Then question 2. Which labeled parts V, U, and T removes gas bubbles to prevent air lock? So in order for us to answer this question, we have to take a look at the diagram. So since we have part V, part U, part T. So the first question, they want us to identify which of these parts is the dialysis machine. So the dialysis machine, this is part U, is the dialysis machine. Then part T, this is the part that will be removing the gas bubbles, okay, to prevent the air lock. Then this part V, this is the heparin injection. This is where the heparin is injected so that it prevents clotting of what? Of blood. Okay, so let us now see our questions. So we have said question 1, which of the labeled parts V, U, and T is the dialysis machine? So we said the part labeled U is the dialysis machine, and which labeled parts V, U, and T removes gas bubbles to prevent air lock? We have said is the part that is labeled what? T. Okay, so the part that is labeled T is the one that removes gas bubbles in order to prevent air lock, and this part should be connected near to the body so that the body does not take up the air bubbles in order not to get a clot that can cause a stroke to the patient, which can also result to the death of the patient. This part T right here. So we now come to the other part of the question, which is question B right here. Right, so question B reads, suggest 2 reasons why both tubes to and from the dialysis machine are connected to the vein and not the artery. So when you look at the diagram, you see that the 2 tubes that are coming from the dialysis machine, they are both connected to the vein, okay? Meaning to and from, the ones that are taking in and the one that are taking blood from the veins. So why are they connected to the vein and not the artery? So one of the reasons is that the veins are on the surface of the skin than the arteries. The arteries are deep rooted in the skin, so it's easily to access the veins than the arteries. So here we have said reason number 1, veins are on the surface of the skin, while arteries are deep rooted within the skin. So that is our first reason, okay? So veins are on the surface of the skin while arteries are deep rooted within the skin, meaning that it's easier to access the veins. And this is why when you go to the clinic or the hospital, when they are giving you those drips, they normally inject on the veins because the veins are on the surface. Okay, reason number 2 is that blood that is in the vein contains more metabolic waste. So blood in the vein contains more metabolic wastes. So we've said blood in the vein contains more metabolic wastes. Okay, so this is why it has to be taken out from the patient suffering from kidney failure and taken into the dialysis machine. Then there in the dialysis machine to be filtered out and then brought back to the patient. Okay, so these are some of the two reasons. Apart from that, you can also say that blood in the veins flows steady, while blood in the arteries flows in a pace or in a pulse, meaning that the blood that is in the veins, it flows at a lower blood pressure, while the blood that is in the arteries flows at a higher blood pressure. Okay, you can also write that as a reason. Okay, so we have answered question B. We now move on to another question. All right, so we now come to our question C right here. Question C reads, explain how important nutrients like glucose, amino acids, and salts are prevented from leaving blood in the dialysis machine. So this question, they want us to explain how we can avoid losing nutrients such as glucose, amino acids, and salts from leaving. Okay, so the way you can prevent this, we have to make sure that the concentration of the glucose, amino acids, and the salts is equal to the concentration, okay, that is in the blood. Okay, so here we are going to say, in order for us to prevent the nutrients from diffusing out of the blood into the dialysis machine, the concentration of glucose, amino acids, and salts are kept at an equal concentration. Okay, so we've said to prevent the nutrients from diffusing out of the blood into the dialysis machine, the concentration of glucose, amino acids, and salts are kept at an equal concentration. Okay, so this is how we are going to be able to prevent these nutrients from diffusing out of the blood into the dialysis machine. Alright guys, so we're done answering question C. We now come to question D right here. State two disadvantages of using a dialysis machine by patients with kidney failure. So here we are looking at the disadvantages of using the dialysis machine with patients with kidney failure. Alright, so one of the disadvantages of using a dialysis machine by patients with kidney failure, number one, it is expensive, okay, because these people needs to be moving from one place to go to the clinic or the hospital on a daily basis so that they acquire this kidney machine. So that becomes very expensive for such people. So number one, we've said it is expensive. So apart from this, also the diet needs to be controlled. Okay, so reason number two, we have said diet needs to be controlled. It's advantage as well. The diet needs to be controlled. Okay, apart from this, you can also say that it disturbs the social life or lifestyle of a person because they spend most of the time on the machine. Okay, hence their lifestyle becomes disturbed. So these are the two reasons or two disadvantages that we can give of using a dialysis machine. Alright, so we've now come to question E, which is our last question. Suggest one other method of treatment of kidney failure in a patient. So, people suffering from kidney failure, what other treatments can we use apart from using the dialysis machine? So, we can also use kidney transplant. Okay, we can also use kidney transplant. And kidney transplant is just, it involves surgery whereby a healthier kidney will be gotten from a donor, then it will be given to the patient who is suffering from kidney failure. So, we've come to the end of our lesson. Thank you so much, everybody, for being so supportive. This has been your presenter, Mr. Mlenga. Bye-bye.